What's the guy Pilipinas ako sa Akaza? I am excited as hell to do this review video. Man, I've been waiting to do this one for months. And the reason why it's taking me months is because this band I'm going to show you today, Third World Chaos, New Move Forever. This band, some of their loved ones called them Chaos. Unlike the Urban Bandits, signed by Arnold Morales, unlike the Phil Vios, unlike the Idiots, unlike the Intoxication of Violences, IOV for short, and, well, this beautiful thing right here, the Bad Omens, the Chococoys. I don't know why I'm adding a plural almost, but I am. Unlike all them, there's not really a lot of information about this band, and that's kind of what concerns me, because this is a very legendary band right here, and pretending this is the original pressing and not some bootleg made in 2013 off some fake record label by the name of Power Records. Third World Chaos, New Move Forever, released back in 1984 on Tower Records / Dyna Productions. Tower Records is actually who put this out originally. Dyna Productions, or today Dyna Music, was the parent company of Tower Records. Tower Records no longer exists anymore. And a little fun fact, the trivia for you, I looked this up. Apparently, and when I say Tower Records, I don't mean the record label / store founded in Sacramento. I don't mean the one in Japan. This is a totally different company that's rather hard to find information about them out, for that matter. But they do have a Discogs page, and on that page pretty much states that they were best known for bands who most of their music consisted of cover artists. Which is kind of funny that this is on there, because this happens to be one of the very few, if not the only band on Tower Records that has an original composition. And pretending that this is the original 1984 and not the 2013 bootleg, this is a national treasure for the Philippines, which is why I have been holding off talking about it, because I want to get all my information, but at the same time I need to talk about it because this is a very important album right here. Back in 1984, well, before that, probably 81, 82. See, I don't necessarily know when this band started, because there's a lot of rumors and speculation. Some blogs and forums say 82, 83, which I don't think it's 83. I'm going to go with 82. I'm going to go with that, because Betrayed, I know Betrayed, according to Heraldex, they started in 82. I want to say Chaos started 82, maybe 81, something like that. They were one of the very first punk rock bands in the Philippines, because Tommy Tanchenko and them started Brave New World, the Philippine punk rock scene, so they are like the very beginning. Now, I know the Jerks, they're another band I'll talk about later on this channel, they started back in 79, so they were the very first, but the thing is, the Jerks started as kind of Manila sound, and they evolved into punk rock, which we'll get to that later. This isn't about the Jerks. I love Chicoy and Money the Pure, shout out to them. But this right here it came out in 1984 on Tower Records / Dyna Productions, and the reason it's so special is because the original pressing is and was the very first Philippine punk rock vinyl record to be pressed in the Philippines, not abroad. Now, all these records right here, Urban Bandits, the Fatal Response, the ILV, all that, these were all pressed abroad. These are reissues, obviously, pressed abroad. Now, see, you go look here on the Fatal Response, down at the bottom. Look at that. Manufactured in the Czech Republic. So these are all reissues abroad. And are they official? Are they authentic? I don't know. I am guessing. This is authentic. It's Urban Bandit. Arnold Morales, he signed it. As you can see there, I got an interview with him. This was made abroad. I don't know what country. I think all these were made in the Czech Republic. Pretty sure they were. Somewhere in Europe. ILB, somewhere in Europe. You can find that information online if you look up each one. Because Twisted Red Cross was from 84 to 89, and it was a cassette tape only record label. As I've said so many times on here, they released 17 cassettes from 85 to 89. Rescue Ladder to Barricade 1. Not this. This is Rescue Ladder to Barricade 2. The first one was the first one in Philippines. Where do we go from here? 89 was TRC 17. And that's TRC of the 80s right there, all the 17 cassettes, which I've talked about a lot of them on the channel already. And more to come, But I want to make a quick little note before we get into Third World Chaos, because you know me, I love fucking tangents. You see this right here? This Fatal Response LP signed by Arnold himself. There's a little cool thing about this. So although it's beautiful in red. I've already showed it on this channel before. Got it from Middle Finger Stand out of there. This was actually originally when Third World Chaos New Forever came out in Tower. Tommy Tanchenko, he put this out in '84, and then with Tower put this out in 1984 at the request of Tommy, as I should say. However, Rescue Letter 1, I learned this from my buddy at West Salon when I got him on interview. Apparently, Tommy Tanchenko had requested Tower Records to put out Rescue Letters to the Human Barricade 1, not 2, like what happened in 2016. He had requested Tower to put out Rescue 1 on vinyl, along with New Move Forever, but unfortunately, due to reasons, that was rejected, and so Rescue Letters to the Human Barricade 1 became the first TRC release. Twisted Red Cross, that is. There's a little bit of history for you there. So, just think, there's 2 positives and 2 negatives to if Rescue Letter 1 was released on Tower. Yes, it would be awesome as hell for there to be 2 official 12-inch vinyl records pressed, Philippine punk rock records pressed in the Philippines. There would have been 2 instead of just 1. But the negative side about all of that would have been, you see this right here? This record is currently locked, the original, under the thumb, under the ball and chain of Dyna Music Corporation, and I have been on the phone with them. They own it bridged, so Tower Records owns this, and Dyna Music bought Tower, so Dyna owns Tower's catalog, and this record hasn't been genuinely reissued or put out since '84, and they have absolutely no plans of ever doing it again. I mean, this is just, it's dead in their abyss of a catalog. Dyna Music goes back far. I read back to the '60s and so in the Philippines, so they got decades and decades worth of albums and artists, and Filipino, abroad, they got Bee Gees on, they got everything on Dyna Music. They are a big label. And what really tears me apart about this is this massive, huge corporation record label named Dyna Music. They don't care about this record. They don't care about it. I have phoned them. They have no plans of putting this out again or reissuing this, nor can the guy. I wish I could have recorded this phone call, but you can't do that without asking permission. And which I did ask if I could interview the guy, and he's like, no, sorry, no, whatever. You gotta respect people on that. But he couldn't even find it in their catalog. That's how dead to them this record is. This very legendary, this very iconic, very first Philippine punk rock record. This is dead to Dyna. They don't even care about it. It's so history. That breaks my heart. That's like Sire saying "fuck you" to the Ramones. It's like, what would, imagine this world, the punk rock community, the global community, if back when the Ramones' first album came out, if the first pressing was it, and that's it. Just imagine that. I can't imagine that, because the Ramones are so huge. In Third World Chaos, they're not huge all over the world. They're not known all over the world. They're known like in Europe. They're known enough that this European pressing exists. But like the Sex Pistols, the Damned, the legends who started the scenes in each country, they're iconic in their own country, but around the world. I find it really, it hurts that Third World Chaos, the first Philippine punk rock band in the Philippines to put out an LP, they're just pretty much, because of the major labels, just like, yeah, you're sitting on this gem, Dyna, you're sitting on this gem, on this national treasure, something that started a revolutionary music movement in the Philippines, and you're not doing shit with it. I don't understand you. I really don't. I mean, thankfully people do care, and they just reissue it anyway, because, that's the thing, a lot of people, because I run a record label, and I've considered reissuing this myself. A lot of people, they're like, well, why don't you just do it? I mean, Dyna's not going to care. The thing is, I've talked to Tommy Tanchenko about, okay, I personally haven't talked to him, but a friend of mine who knows him, because like I said, before I get into this review, I don't know anybody in this band. I know who they are, but I've never spoken to Tommy Tanchenko. I believe Pati Mangali has passed away. Manny Pascual, I don't know him, but First Solver and Tommy Tanchenko, I have friends who do speak to them and do know them. And I have been told through another person that if I am able to obtain the rights from Dyna Music, which I have called them to do that, I can reissue it. I wanted to reissue it in the US and in the Philippines because this vinyl record right here, this bootleg is like $15 on Discogs. It's dirt cheap. And it's good quality for being dirt cheap too. It definitely is good quality for being dirt cheap. It doesn't skip. You know, the songs sound good. You know, it's a good mix. There's definitely... A lot of people get scared when they buy a bootleg because bootleg is usually shitty quality. No, this is actually pretty good quality. It definitely is, and I enjoy the hell out of it. But the thing is, there's no CD of this, at least official that I can find, or even bootleg. I can't even find a bootleg CD. There's none on Discogs, there's none on eBay. I've been in the Philippine cassette tape and, you know, the Philippine buy and sell groups for music for well over a year and a half now. I've never seen a CD of Third World Chaos New Move Forever pop up on there. I've never seen, because occasionally there is a cassette, an 84 cassette, original cassette, but just like the original vinyl that cost thousands of dollars, I've seen the original vinyl pop up on eBay for $1,500, for $1,000. I think it's currently sitting at $700 now, so it's high, it's expensive as hell. You have to be an elite, really rich record collector to be able to own an original New Move Forever. It's that rare. I mean, it's a national fucking treasure, as I said to me in this video. This original was the very first and only Philippine punk rock record to be pressed in the Philippine homeland. I said it back one of my Philippine vlogs last year that Ivory or Vigor, one of the pressing plants for vinyl in the Philippines, the last one closed its door in the 90s, and so that alone made it really hard for bands to get their albums pressed to wax in the country. But even before that, the Philippines is not the richest country in the world, and it's vinyl costs a lot of money. Even a 7-inch costs a lot of money. And if you don't have a record label backing you up somehow, which we'll get into how this got on vinyl in the first place, if you don't have that, cassettes are your medium. They're just the cheapest to make. CDs to an extent, but this is the 1980s. Like, today's CDs are cheap to make pretty much everywhere. But in the 80s, CDs, you know, I think the first CD came out in 85 in Japan, something like that. I don't remember. I have to look it up. But cassettes are just the easiest medium. And even the original cassette of this cost an arm and leg. And so that's what bothers me. This record is so fucking iconic. It is a national treasure. It is the starting point. It is one of the most revolutionary punk rock records from the Philippines. Why is it just being tossed to the side by the one record label that owns the rights to it? That I don't fucking understand. I'm so glad that Power Records here, funny name, Power Records, they even kind of use the same logo as Tower Records. See, Power Records are just like, fuck it, you know what? This deserves some love. We're gonna press this to wax. And thankfully, the bootleg of this is like $15 on Discogs, but it's just, I know I've been spending about 50 minutes talking about this, but this has been on my chest for the longest time, and before we get into the actual review of this record, I just wanted to talk about that because it's so fucking important. It breaks me to know that such an iconic piece of Philippine history right here is just tossed to the side by this music giant that doesn't care about it. You know, any other country, if this is the Ramones, this is the Sex Pistols, this is the Damned, this is the Clash, this is the Addicts, this is this is Black Flag, this is the front runner of the Philippines, this is the pioneer band right here, and yet the label is just like, fuck you, Chaos, no one cares. We're just gonna, and I'm not dissing on the music that Tower and Dyna, whatever Dyna Music is putting out now. I listen to some of it's good, but it's shitty that they don't care about this. But anyway, getting back to it here. So yes, that's Third World Chaos, New Move Forever, originally released on Tower Records back in 1984. The Potato Mangali's vocalist, Tommy Tanchenko's guitars and backing vocals, Manny Pascual bass and backing vocals, and First Oliver on drums. All songs written and arranged, I'm reading this thing here, by Chaos. Produced by Chaos and Hal and Dave, which we'll make a video on Hal and Dave here soon, because he's important. Tommy Tanchenko is important to the Philippine punk rock scene. That is an indisputable fact. Indisputable. Tommy is one of he pretty much started the damn thing. However, Howlin' Dave, a little bit of history about him. He ran a radio station over there. He had some balls of steel. In the country, in the Philippines, Howlin' Dave played punk rock on the radio during martial law. I'll make a video on him soon. But it's one thing to, make this under the thumb of a dictator. To make this under the thumb, well, that came a little bit later. To make, this under the thumb of a dictator. To make all these records under the thumb of a vicious dictator. But to play punk rock music, that's a total middle finger on the radio under a dictator. That's a whole new level of... Rock in peace to Howlin' Dave, though, because he has unfortunately passed away. Because I know a lot of you, not from the Philippines, from other countries, can say, I can't wait to see the interview with Howlin' Dave! Yeah, that's not going to happen, unfortunately, because he passed away. But I have been collecting a lot of information about this person, talking to friends of his, and we're going to have a Howlin' Dave video here soon to commemorate this man, because he's a legend. He's up there with Tommy Tenchenko. And also, before I get into this review, because I know I keep tangenting, Edwin Salon, I love that guy, he's awesome. Go check out my interview with him if you want to know some more stories about Twisted Red Cross, because Edwin Salon was the writer and editor of Herald X, which was Twisted Red Cross's very own fanzine. Go check that interview out. But anyway, Third World Chaos, New Move for Error, includes Rebel Rockers, You Won't Anymore, Quitter, and We Are the One. Yeah, see, it includes those songs. And if this was 84, you'd be like, holy shit, that's awesome. Because in 83, okay, remember when I said this is the first Philippine punk rock LP 12-inch? That's because Chaos, without the Third World up there, Chaos released a 7-inch in 83, just self-titled Chaos. Now, that is not to be confused, because there is, in fact, a Third World Chaos 7-inch released in 1995 called Made in the Philippines. That's on YouTube. I've actually uploaded that myself. That is not the same record as the Chaos 7-inch. Why? Because that one has 4 songs in the original Chaos 83 7-inch, I believe by RCA Records, if I'm not mistaken. It consists of Quitter, which is right there, and We Are the One. So yeah, Chaos released 2 vinyl records, which they weren't the only band to release a vinyl record, which in the genre of new wave / punk. There is another band we will talk about here soon called Ocean Zoo, and in 83 they released a 7-inch called Animal Party, which I have absolutely never heard that 7-inch. I've heard my buddy, he was in that band, and I have heard I guess later renditions of some of the songs from Animal Party, which we'll get into that later. But back in the original Philippine punk rock scene, there weren't many vinyls going around, and the few that are, if you have an original today, you're fucking lucky, because those are expensive and rare. Rare as hen's teeth. That's a good book. Tangent. Anyway, so this review, Third World Chaos, New Move for Error, which first of all, let's look at this, look at the cover here. If this was 1984, and I had no idea what punk rock was, and I went to a record store, and I saw this on the shelf, I'd probably shit my pants. Look at that. We got a white background with scribbles, New Move for Error, Third World Chaos up there, with scratches going through it, man. That just looks that looks hellish. Hectic chaos. Look at that shit. You got the scratches with the pen, what looks like to be a blood stain up there, and a blood stain down there. This just screams something. 84, man, this fucking screams something right here. It surprises me so much that in such a conservative country as the Philippines, a major record label put this out. Which you're gonna ask, how did that happen, by the way? Now, I can't give you the entire story because I don't know, but I will tell you what I do know from those who I've spoken with. Tommy Tenchenko, the last name Tenchenko is important here. His father's name is Jesus Tenchenko, I believe. And long story short, Jesus Tenchenko was, I believe, the Minister of Agriculture, the Food Administrator, something like that, in the government under the Marcos administration. There you go. There it is. There's a connection. Tommy Tenchenko's father was in the government during the time of the Marcos administration. which that makes this when your father is working for the dictator, that's an even bigger middle finger than anything else to Marcos. But that's, see, that right there. This album is so important. This album is so important for that right there. Like, all these albums, Urban Man sold them, they're damn good. I love them to death. They're amazing. Because they were coming out, they were raising their middle fingers against all the bullshit that Marcos was doing in society. They were trying to make change in a country that desperately needed it. This one here, like, pretend Marcos is right here. This one's just like right under his fucking nose. That's absolutely phenomenal. And the best part is, I've read and I've heard that Tommy Tanchenko used his father's office to run his record label. Boom! In Malakangak Palace! Now, that might be somewhat incorrect, and I'm sorry if it is, but that's what I've read from forums, and from some people have told me that. That's absolutely fucking crazy. Running a punk rock underground record label in your own dad's office. It's fucking crazy. Tommy, if that's a genuine fact, that is the absolute most punk rock thing I have heard in the longest time. Because that takes balls. Just like Hal and Dave playing punk rock on the radio during that time, that takes balls to do. Shout out to all them. But yeah, so that's how this became on vinyl record, because Tommy's father was in the government, he had money, and you know, when you have connections like that, anything is possible. Just like a Rescue Lad Who Barricaded One that almost got to press the record, anything is possible, which is why Tommy also had the money to run Twisted Red Cross. And, you know, Tommy Tanchenko, from what I read of his name and his family history and all that, and just the music industry in general, Tommy comes from a pretty good background, so he used his stocking, I should say, his wealth of where he stayed to put that into something to make a positive difference. To, you know, he used that instead of just being some rich kid buying yachts and smoking reefer, and you know how a lot of politicians' sons and daughters get sent off to Harvard and this and that. Tommy's like, you know what, fuck that. This is gonna happen. Twisted Red Cross, the Philippine punk rock scene. You know, he listened to the Sex Pistols or the Ramones. I don't know what originally Tommy got into because I haven't ever spoke to him. But I'm assuming that he heard some of the punk rock from the UK and the US. He's like, yeah, I like that. Okay, let's do something with that. This country is falling apart because there's a worthless dictator trying to, you know, killing people left and right. Martial laws are going on. Let's take this punk rock music, bring it to the Philippines and put it out there. Let's make some change. That's awesome. You know, that's punk rock as fuck right there. But how do I describe this record, the music on this? How do I describe it? Well, I could, you know, read off all the songs and go into details of the lyrics, or I could just read you this poem at the bottom, because this record has a fucking poem that perfectly sums up the entire band and Twisted Red Cross and the movement over there in general. I don't even have to review all this. I'm going to talk about some songs, but this poem is important. Are you ready? Because I am. In chaos, there is order. In order, there is chaos. Third world chaos. Barbaric bravado, frustrated youth, the limitations encountered by adolescence growth. For this tribe, the maggots get filtered into the essential machine. And get your teeth gritting with your sinister grin. The lights change, the smell of leather hoisted with sweat. The guitars explode with kingdom psychedelia. It is a new decade. Yes, it is. The brave new world. The brave new world. Remember that. Will peak. Your violence will get centered through your music. Your violence will get centered through music. We will give it back to you with slashes and our spikes. Let's give the third world a chance. Yes, I'm loving this. Let's give the third world a chance. Let chaos bring order. And I love this last part here. If you think that rock and roll is dead, then this explosion will bring it back to life. Seriously, that's written at the bottom of this. I don't need to say anymore. I don't need to say any more at all. This review is over. You now know the slight history of Third World Chaos and the members. There's nothing more to say. There really isn't, because that little poem down there, that little writing, that little statement, whatever you want to call it, perfectly explains what this band did, what the Urban Bandits did, what Dead Ends did. This perfectly explains what all those bands did. That perfectly explains it all. There's no need to go into depth. Bye. Okay, I promised you I'd look at a few songs, because, you know, I got shivers going down me, which there is a picture of the band, I believe, playing at the first Brave New World show right there. Really now? Even the mice want to take... Oh, boy, I got a mouse in the house. Where's Tom at? I need Jerry's over here making a problem. Anyway, that I believe that is Chaos at the first Brave New World show. I've been told that. That is pretty cool. Hell yes, that is pretty fucking cool there. But how do I describe the music that Chaos makes? I would consider it 77 style punk fused with this hardcore, aggressive lyrical overtone to it. Some of the songs are slow, some of the songs are fast, but I do give it a 77 style punk, but yeah, with the hardcore aggressive too. A lot of dark sarcasm in some of the lyrics. For instance, their most probably popular song is "Sophisticated Brat." A touch of glass is in your hand. You always wanted what's best for you. Expensive things, you go for too. Materialistic brat, stick it up your ass. From head to foot, you'll see the signs. Sophisticated luck you tried hard to have. High class living and your society's into. Materialistic brat, stick it up your ass. Your kind of people are a bunch of crap when you always show what you have. Is that how big your head is now? Materialistic brat, stick it up your ass. And the slow yet aggressive and sarcastic way that Poteet recites the lyrics of the song with dun 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 it's got that good 77 style of punk that just flows right through the way it opens up. And his lyrics fit it so damn good. This first song is just a major fuck you to all them luxurious pricks in society who, you know, in a poor country in a country where there's not much to go around, all the jackasses boasting about their wealth. And hell, the song could even be about Imelda Marcos for all I care. Because that bitch apparently had a huge thing about collecting a lot of high-end purses and, what do you call them, heels and jewelry. The song could easily have been about her being a sophisticated brat. I love that song. It's needed. That's a damn good song to be, you know, on the first Philippine punk rock LP for one of the earliest bands. That's just absolutely fantastic. You know, it's a huge middle finger, and you don't even have to be part of the Philippines. You don't even have to be Filipino. You don't have to be part of that scene at all. Anyone from anywhere could hear Sophisticated Brat and relate to it and love it, because it's got a good message. It's a fuck you to all them boastful pricks who have too much, who have all that money and all that luxury, and just show it off. They could be like Tommy Tanchenko and have a lot of money, have connections, and do something awesome with it, do something good to help let people, you know, other like Dead Ends, Urban Bandits, and all them, help all the punks who, you know, want a voice. Use that money to do something good with it. Make a scene. Give the people a chance. Help those, you know. Make a fucking record label. Make some noise. Could do that. But no, a lot of people just want to, yo, look at my watch. Look at my whatever. Look at my fancy car. Fuck Sophisticated Brats. The next song on this is called Rebel Rockers. And it's up there with Sophisticated Brat being one of the most famous songs from this band. The Rebel Rockers are on the way to put you down below the ground. You'll just cry when we surround. Rebel Rockers on the way to put you down. Rebel Rockers on the way to put you down. This song is another 77 style punk rock song, and it's got the same sort of mode to it as Sophisticated Brat. This song is just about being a punk rocker. We'll put you up against the wall, we'll kick you down against the floor. Then on the floor, you'll speak the truth. Speak the truth or fall off your tooth. You know, it's just about being a punk rocker. We don't need your stupid lies. Just take off your own disguise. You're not honest in what you do. You'll be found in a garbage can. It's punk saying fuck you to the system, to the media. You know, it's just punks they're gonna speak the truth. It's punk rock. It's time to express ourselves and make change. You know, it's definitely a good follow-up to Sophisticated Brat. No Rule, Don't You Try to Stop Me, and You. Those three songs, kind of same notion to them, just worded a little bit differently. No Rule, I don't want to wear a coat and tie. Don't get me pissed, and you know why. I just want to wear what I think is right. I just want to wear this and don't ask why. Don't you try to force me. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna listen because you ain't no more. I'm not gonna follow because you're good as dead. You never can change what I think is right. You never can change me and don't ask why. Don't try to stop me. I look down the alley and what do I see? A whole lot of enemies waiting for me. I stood around the corner and I wait for them. They can't just get me because they'll be attacked. I know there's a lot of them, but I don't care. These people must know that they're going nowhere. They can't stop me because I got them. These people must know, but I don't care. Don't just try to stop me because you'll never understand me. Don't just try to stop me, you'll never understand me. Still around the corner looking for me. Come on, you can't say it. Yeah. That song kind of follows the same narrative as No Rule does. And you people don't believe me. I love the English there. How it's written on this always fucks with my dyslexia. But the song goes, you people don't believe in you. But it fucks me up because it's written, you people don't believe me in you. That me is not supposed to be there. But it goes, you people don't believe in you. You're responsible for all this. You messed up all the TV shows. I hope you die today. There we go. We got a little bit dark there. Yeah, No Rule and Don't You Try to Stop Me. Those songs are kind of in the same ballpark. So I've always thought, and this is only speculation, this is not fact unless it's confirmed, but I've always thought that No Rule, Don't Try to Stop Me, and You are kind of a trilogy, so to speak. Let me explain it quickly. No Rule, I don't want to wear a coat and tie, don't get me pissed, and you know why. You know, I just want to wear what I think is right. I just want to wear this and don't ask why. I've lived in the Philippines for about a year. And over there, especially in the workplace and school and church, whatever, there's a strict dress code. Everybody's got to look like the choir boy and be all nice up, suited up. Everybody has to look like that at work and school, wherever you go. You always see them in the uniforms. That is how you're supposed to dress. And especially, this could be, you know, Tommy Tanchenko. His father was in the Marcos administration, and if you know anything about families of royalty or politicians or whatever, if you are the son or daughter of a politician or someone in power, there is a certain image that you're supposed to be. You know, you can't be wearing no Dead Kennedy shirt and looking like this if your father's in the government or something like that. You know, people are going to have their eyes on you. You got to hold up a certain image. And so, either No Rule is potentially about Tommy rejecting and rebelling against his father and them and saying, I'm not going to wear no monkey suit, I'm not going to obey this ridiculous notion that I have to fit a certain image just because that's the time. You know, you're the politician, you're in Marcos administration. Just because you're there doesn't mean that I'm going to follow along with this. I'm not going to fit your agenda, I'm not going to fit your image, I'm not going to do that. So fuck that. Or it could also be just a bash at society standards of when you work, you know, the uniform code that you have to look like in order to get a job or anything in the Philippines. It could be that. It could be anything. I mean, I relate the song. I personally think the song is either about him rebelling against his dad, because maybe his dad's like, hey, you know, act right, stop being a punk. You know, I have this important job. Don't ruin this. Maybe that's it. I don't know. And I don't know. And none of this is fact, okay? Absolutely nothing what I'm saying about these songs is fact, because I have absolutely no clue, no story behind it. But it could be, No Rule could easily be about just a middle finger to society's standards of how you should look. I'm not going to listen because you ain't no more. I'm not going to follow you because you're good as dead. You never can change what I think is right. You never can change me, don't ask why. Like you, no one's going to like you. Turn off, here, just turn off. That right there, the last part of the No Rule, does make me feel like that song is definitely about society. I mean, it could be about the Marcos administration, but I feel like that's more about society or something. I don't know. Both. I'm not gonna listen because you ain't no more. I'm not gonna fall because you're good as dead. You never can change what I think is right. You never can change me, don't ask why. Yeah, that could definitely be a middle finger towards the certain way it's supposed to look, the certain way it's supposed to think under a dictator's thumb. Could definitely be. I mean, the song is called No Rule. So, that's what it is. Don't you try to stop me kind of follows the same bed, which I'm not going to do the whole thing here, but as I said, I look down the alley and what do I see? A lot of my enemies waiting for me. I stood around the corner, I read that already. This song, from the first verse and then from the final verse, still around the corner, still looking for me. You can't accept reality. Come on, talk, you can't say a word. A feature is your enemy, you damn hypocrite. That song I really think is a continuation of No Rule, because No Rule's saying, I'm not going to fuck your image, I'm not going to fit your image, I don't believe in you, I'm not going to follow that. Don't you try to stop me, might mean, okay, they're rebelling against the image, they're rebelling against the way that society and the government's forcing them to try to be, and now people are after him. Don't you try to stop me. The enemies are around the corner, they're always chasing after him, maybe his dad's always on his ass, Something along those lines, maybe Tommy and them, the punks, are always being chased by the police, or this and that, and maybe that's it. And I really think they're being chased by someone trying to stop them, or whatnot, because of the last verse here. Still around the corner looking for me. You can't accept reality. Come on, talk, you can't say a word. A future is your enemy, you damn hypocrite. That, especially that right there. Come on, talk, you can't say a word. Our future is your enemy. Our future is your enemy. The punks are trying to make some change under this dictator. They're trying to make a brave new world, giving a third world a chance. It says it in the poem at the bottom, remember? I feel like that's what that's saying. And this last line is very interesting. Our future is your enemy. The change that the punks are trying to make is the enemy of the status quo of the time. You damn hypocrite. Those last 3 words, you're a damn hypocrite. You know you want this change. You know you want to be free society. You know you don't want to wear this. You know you don't want to follow the status quo that the Marcos are in, that all these people are trying to force upon us. You know you don't want this. So why are you trying to stop me now, huh? See? I love how I said I wasn't going to analyze these lyrics, and look what I'm doing. I can't help it. It's what I do. This song is, as I said, it's a bit more dark, a bit more abrasive. People don't believe me in you. I did it again. The song's got a bit of a different tone to it. People don't believe in you. You're responsible for all this. This, I believe, is a middle finger towards the media, or someone maybe in government who's trying to spread lies about the band, or the punks trying to can them again. Like I said, I think these songs are a trilogy. People don't believe in you. You're responsible for all this. You messed up all the TV shows. I hope you die today. Whew. They're pissed at someone. Who else could it be when it's all coming from you? And never gonna listen, never want to hear it from you. Don't tell me what to do. You clean up all the dirt you did. You expect the worst from me. You hope you die today. You think you're gonna make it. You can never fool me. You owe me an explanation. You hope you... And the last line. Never want to listen, just want to see you die. Now, it's not just die, it is die with 3, and I mean 3 exclamation points. They are pissed in that song. They are fucking pissed at the you, which I've asked a lot of the punks who grew up with this band, and they claim the you is Marcos, especially in that song, which I can definitely see it. I mean, if that is the you that they're referring to, then this means that Chaos and the punks back then made such a stir in that time period that the fucking president, Ferdinand Marcos, is going on TV shows and, whatnot, and spreading dirt about them. That's crazy. I have talked to a lot of Pinoy punks who grew up with this band, and they tell me that song, You, is about Marcos. Man, you take some serious balls of steel to do this. I'm just saying. If that's who that's about. I also thought maybe it's about the, people in society who hate the punks, or maybe it's the press, the news, or some organization that hates the punks and wants to stop it or whatnot, because it also sounds like maybe it's antagonists, maybe new wave kids are spreading some bullshit, or who knows who it's really about until you ask Tommy Tanchenko and you get the real story. But that's... Hope you die today. Whew. If that's Bel Marcos, damn, that's some pretty intense shit to say on their dictator's thumb, man. That's fuck. We Are the One. I've spoken to Boyeth Miguel. I can verify this song is about how Chaos used to hate all music except for punk rock, and We Are the One is saying punk is best. I want to say what I want to do. What I want to do is to get you. I want to piss all the disco pricks. What I'm telling you is just the truth. We are the one with the rock and roll. We are the one, not your stepping stone. We are the one that's telling you the truth. Jazz is not dead, just a funny smell. Balladeer or Phantom, just a martyr. Yeah, We Are the One's about punk rock being the best, which actually, as I said in the beginning of this review video, We Are the One was originally featured on the Chaos 7 inch in '83, so that's cool right there. Lost Dinosaur, what the hell is wrong with you? You think you're so fucking good. Yeah, there's the F-bomb in this, finally. You need, punk isn't punk without the word fuck. I'm just saying. What the, and this song is slower, by the way. The rest of the songs on there, up to leading this, are a little 77, but faster. This song goes, what the hell is wrong with you? You think you're so fucking good. Who do you think you wanna be? Who do you think you are to me? I know something for yourself. Tune yourself, 'cause you're lost again. Yeah. Where do you think you're going to? You get the idea. That song is a slower song, but that really does drive the message it's going to get. Where do you think you're going to? Where do you think they'll take you to? Who do you think you want to be? Who do you think you are to be? This could be about a punk band or someone who left the scene, or poser punks trying to get involved and they don't really care about the scene. They just want to be rebellious, you know, it's a trend. Lost Dinosaur, just about someone being out of touch and like, what are you doing? Where do you think you're going? What's going on with you, man? Lost Dinosaur. And it's in the title. Opinions. Now this song's got a different rhythm to it. No 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 no. Now, remember the original trilogy I talked about? No Rule, Don't You Try to Stop Me, and You. Opinions, I feel like, is the fourth part of those three songs. I know it says the trilogy, but it's because it goes No Rule, Don't You Try to Stop Me, and You. Then it takes a break and goes to Opinions after We're the One and Lost Dinosaur. Opinions. Opinions are good. Opinions are rude. Opinions can be good or bad, depends upon you. Opinions are ruled. Opinions are sued. Opinions. Use anything, it will always come out. Just accept what it is that's cool for you. If you don't like it, then we're sorry for you. Opinions can kill. Opinions can spill. Spill off everything. What's the matter with you? Opinions can zip. Opinions can rip. Rip off your cheated works. That's what you do. Yeah. Opinions. That song, anyone can relate to it, just like a sophisticated brat. But I think this might be possibly in correlation with the first trilogy I mentioned, because of the line, opinions can be good, opinions can be bad, depends upon you. Opinions are ruled, opinions are sued. Maybe the media or someone's after them and they're saying opinions are ruled, opinions are sued. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. Some people have two. That's the best way to sum that up. I don't know the story behind that one, so I'm not really going to speculate it on much. You can, with the lyrics I gave, you can go listen to the song and form your own idea of it. But this song also has changed up a bit because it goes, as I said, dun 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 dun. No 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 no. It's got a different rhythm to a different melody to it, and it is a bit not necessarily slower, but it flows at a much different pace than the rest of the songs. Quitter was on the original '83 7-inch. You're such a brat who tries to, and these fucking lyrics here. You're such a brat who tries to come into the out of place world and wait till I say. Yeah. I'm not joking, it says that right there. You can see that on there. It says that straight up. Whoever typed that really did not know what they were doing. So I'm not going to keep repeating it, but quitter, yeah. And you're such a quitter, stop on like deceiver. You're such a quitter, stop on like deceiver. You know, it's, like I said, maybe it's got something to do with Lost Dinosaur. I don't know the whole thing behind it other than the fact that it's about someone quitting and being a deceptive little bitch. That's what I gotta say. That's what I gotta know. Insult the useless people. Now this song is... I love this song. It's one of my favorite ones on there because dun 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 dun. Yeah, make your way down the street, useless people. I love this. It's got a more aggressive instrumental, aggressive rips with almost shouting into the microphone instead of just the majority of this album has this aggressive overtone, the way Petite sings, but insult the useless people, and it's fucking called Insult the Useless People. Now this song is a combination of like We Are the One, walk your way down the street, you'll see nothing but rubbish and useless people scattered around, they don't do nothing but show they're rich. See, this is like a combination of Sophisticated Brat and We Are the One, only instead of just giving the middle finger and saying stick it up your ass, insult useless people, insult useless people. Now it's calling the disco pricks and all them useless peoples, the jazzers useless, and all them, the bums and whatnot. Stop the people unaware. They've tried very hard to be up there. Useless people who want to look rich can never do nothing in what they'll see. The jazzers are busy. Damn. Insult useless people! Insult useless people! Fuck the useless people. Yeah. That's just one way to put Sophisticated Brat and We Are the One. This is a good way to just put them into one song with a big ass middle finger. I mean, that's a damn good, and like I said, dun 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 dun. It's got the three strums, dun 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 dun, chaotic guitar solo right there. Dun 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 dun. It's fucking awesome. You'll listen to that song. It's a great song. It is definitely a great change up from the album. This album, from Sophisticated Brat to New Move Era, the final track, which is a self-titled track, it fucking just shreds. It flows perfectly. Each song has its own unique characteristic with the instrumental and the way Petite and them do the vocals. It works perfectly. Each song fits. None of the songs feel off. All the songs flow damn good. They did a fucking epic job mixing this and putting it together. And whoever made this bootleg vinyl did an excellent job of keeping the legacy there with mixing it so damn good that it sounds great. It sounds amazing. This sounds awesome. It sounds fucking perfect for what it is. There's nothing musically put together. This is a damn good album, and yeah, no wonder it started the fucking scene. No wonder it did. It's that good. The next two, there's two more songs in here. You Won't Anymore, which is actually a slower song with the way it's sang. One life in this world, you've got something to say about what you're trying for. Yeah, I'm not gonna, I can't sing, because this song, You Won't Anymore kind of does have a bit more of a melody to it, a slower melody, and I do not have the ability to sing like that, so I'm not going to try it, but it kind of reminds me of Quitter and maybe Lost Dinosaur. Specifically because of the verse, I asked you before what you want me to do, you help me and I'll help you, but everything turns out to be a fad. They won't listen anymore, you'll have to confess all the things that you passed, you won't anymore. Time will come, all the money in your life will just end up in hell. Give us a chance, face your own stand, you won't forget us anymore. It's just a few minutes, it's just a few seconds, you won't anymore. I think this is like Quitter or like Lost Dinosaur, something like that, maybe combination of those two songs, but a little bit more aggressive and slower. I feel that because of what I just read to you, but the time will come when all the money in your life will just end up in hell, and also the lines, you help me and I'll help you, punks do that, but everything turns out to be a fad. Maybe some poser punks are ruining the scene, this and that, who knows, but You Won't Anymore kind of reminds me of the previous I just mentioned. There are certain songs on this record, as I went over, You Insult the Useless People, You Won't Anymore, Opinions, certain songs do sound like they are, like Tommy and them took other songs and, reword them, combined the lyrics into a different setup, different formula, and reinvented the song to express it in a different way, and that is fucking cool. Just saying. The last song on this is New move forever. Only goes anime, 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 anime. Anime, 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 anime. Anime, 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 anime. New move for error. New move for error. It is the self-titled track, and it carries out a good 4 or 5 minutes. And it starts out so. No. Towards the end of the song, it just speeds up. Anime, new move forever, new move forever. It starts off slow and just bam, it goes fast as shit towards the end. And that's how this album spirals out of control and closes with new move for error. Fuck yeah. Review finished. Hope you enjoyed that, because I did. Yeah, I lied to everyone at the beginning. I was like, I'm not going to analyze this. Fuck, I did. I have to. This is such an iconic piece of Philippine punk rock history. This is the Ramones. This is the Sex Pistols. This is the Clash. This is up there with the pioneers of punk rock, only from the Philippines. So, of course, it's like I said in the beginning of this review, it breaks my heart that Dyna Music doesn't reissue this, doesn't put this out, because so many punk rock, this deserves it. Yes, Power Records, whoever was behind this specific reissue right here, whoever was behind this, thank you so much for making a 2013 vinyl record reissue of this iconic, legendary Philippine classic punk rock album that's affordable to own on vinyl. Because without you, Power Records, so many countless Pinoy punks today wouldn't be able to own this. That's what sucks about a lot of major labels, is they're sitting on so many good records and they just don't care. They don't care. I don't fucking know why they don't care. Maybe it's because of the climax of the Philippines. Maybe they're like, it's a good record, but it'll make waves. There's some middle fingers to the Marcos administration and all those 2019, a lot of Marcos supporters out there. We're a major record label, and if we put this right here, if we reissue this, it might make some waves, and we don't want to get in trouble with the government, and, we don't want to get shut down. Who really knows why exactly Dyna Music won't reissue Third World Chaos, New Move Forever? Who knows why they won't reissue it? Because they have the rights to it, they own it, but they're just sitting on it. And from what I've heard from the phone calls that I had with them and from what I've read, Dyna Music has absolutely no plans to ever reissue this. They don't care about it. It's nothing to them. It's just a dead piece of music from a catalog, Tower Records, that they acquired when Tower Records went under years ago. Which, it's sad that the legacy of this genuinely died that way, because it deserves, it deserves to be mass produced, mass reissued. And the reason I say that is not, and yeah, thank you, Power, I've said that, but this, as well as all of the other Philippine punk rock records, bands, all the cassettes, they all deserve to be pressed onto wax in the homeland. What's really sad is Urban Bandits here, made in the Philippines. It says that down there, made in the Philippines, because the original cassette said that. They all should be made in the Philippines. They're Philippine punk rock. This should be reissued in the Philippines, in the homeland of where it came from, where it was invented. That's what really bothers me so much. Dyna Music has the money to do it. They just don't, for some reason. And maybe one day we'll know why. Maybe one day they might turn a new leaf and they might give it a formal reissue and be like, you know what, this is some punk rock shit. This represents a time. This is a reflection of what happened a long time ago. This is like the Ramones right here. This is the Ramones of the Philippines. This is the band that, started a musical revolution in this country. They deserve to be heard, And the thing is, I know a lot of Filipinos don't buy records, don't buy vinyl, because vinyl's expensive and a lot of them can't afford that. But like I said in the beginning of this, there's no CDs, there are cassette tapes, but the cassette tapes are expensive. So that's what I mean is Dyna Music has this power. They have the ability. They have the right. They have it in their power to reissue such a legendary and iconic pioneer album on CD, on cassette, on vinyl, so that Philippine punks and, you know, others, people who aren't punks, people who weren't a part of the overall community of the scene, can discover Third World Chaos, New Move Forever, discover all these songs, and from there, discover the Urban Bandits, discover the Philippine Violators, discover Private Stock, George Imbecile and the Idiots, discover the Rescue Letters, the IOVs. You know, Dyna Music has, they're a mainstream record label. They have the potential to help pull this music up and do that. And yeah, I know they don't have the fucking rights to the rest of those bands, obviously, but it's a chain reaction. I found Urban Bandits first, way back in early 2018. Well, technically Coca-Cola in 2016, 2017, but Twisted Red Cross wise, I found Urban Bandits first. I looked up their label, Twisted Red Cross, found Tommy Tenchenko, I found Third World Chaos, and then I found the rest of it. It's a chain reaction. You know, let's say they mass produce this, they reissue this, and then people pick it up like, oh, Tommy Tenchenko. Oh, you know, they look up to see where this is from. They pull up Tommy's name. Tommy has Twisted Red Cross. Oh, hey, look at this. George Imbecile and Idiots, Urban Band. You get the picture. They have the power to make that happen. And through the power of punk rock, one of the most liberal forms of music in existence, you know, it could really create some positive change in the Philippines, which is why it today blows my mind. I'll end, so don't worry. That this record right here was originally released by a major label. I mean, I know, as I explained, I explained how it was to an extent, but today, the Philippine mainstream society needs Third World Chaos. They need the Urban Bandits. They need the Idiots. They need all that. There's over 150 million people in the Philippines. They need to hear this punk rock music that sprawled out from the 80s and the 90s, you know. Even today, they need to hear the punk from today. It was the Punk Connection. Major shout out to Rodmin and Wendy and them. Love you guys to death. That makes my heart so happy that there's a punk rock radio station, the Punk Connection. Big, major fucking shout out to them over there. Because they're doing the justice today that Tommy Tenchenko and this band and them did back in the 80s. And they're doing it excellently. And I know a lot of people want punk rock to stay underground, which I understand that. And yeah, I do agree to an extent. You know, it's a good underground thing. But underground movements, when they become mainstream movements, when bands like Urban Bandits and Third World Chaos and GI, when they're listened to by thousands upon millions of people, the lyrics get into the minds, and the lyrics can help alter minds, change minds, and create progressive thought. Because these bands, you know, they talk about important things. The lyrics, they talk about important... The Third World Chaos is calling out rich people, and, you know, they rock the boat. The lyrics rock the boat. The lyrics are punk rock. They rock the boat. They make people think, and that's the important... That's the biggest and most important thing about punk rock music, is it's a middle finger to society. It's a middle finger to the establishment. And some bands are nicer about it than that. Some bands are just like, fuck you! Fuck the system! But at the same time, it all boils down to punk rock music. It rocks the boat. It's liberal. It's one of the best forms of musical expression. It makes people think. And the Philippines is definitely a country that would truly and highly benefit from that on the mainstream level, which is why I really wish Dyna Music, and for that matter, more major record label. I want punk rock to be more mainstream, because when it becomes mainstream, more people's minds are open, and you have to deal with less bullshit in life. The more minds that are closed and are listening to the same old pop top 40 hits, that shit, the more minds that have tunnel vision, that are closed, listening to just love songs, Love Me Do by the Beatles. And I love the Beatles, you know, but you know what I'm trying to say. The more people that just focus only on the top 40 hits, the moment their mind, they need their mind open. And punk rock music is a good way to do it. Anyway, guys, I'm Anarka, because I am so fucking sorry I made this an hour. I did not expect this to become an hour long, but it just has. I am Anarka. Thank you for watching this video. Tommy Tenchenko for Solver, if you watched this entire video. Thank you so much. To everyone else, thank you so much. I'm sorry this review has taken me multiple months